This conference will now be recorded.
So, did anyone got the time to work on the jest? By looking at the videos, did anyone got the time? Yes or no? I told you last class itself, right? I will not be able to execute just in my system, right? Because of a lot of uninstall and installation constraint, because I've been doing a lot of frequent you know, installation, and now, right, whenever I run a just command, it doesn't work. Looks like that I have to reformat the whole system, right? And anyhow, my laptop is going to replace. So my IT team is not reinstalling the whole operating system. So did you got the files, the just files in your location? Yes or no?
No,
I
sir.
believe you go ahead and check once. You should be. Check your location. You should be able to see a PubSub folder. You should be able to see a just folder. Check it once, guys. I told you that these folders will be shared with you.
Sir, didn't approve.
It's there or not there?
Not there, sir.
Not there, right? Okay, then let me put a message to the group. Let me put a message to my right 1 minute. Okay, I'm just writing a message to my group, right? Let me open 1 minute. Do you have the interview questions? It's also not there.
No.
Sure, I put it. That should be in. Okay, fine then. Now today, what you're going to see? Today we are going to see when we should be using LWC at what time we should be using Lightning component, Aura. When should I write an Aura programming? When should I write an LWC programming? Now for this, you need to go to this document. Now, before even we decide, right, this decision is parallel with one more concept called as, right, right, migration, LWC migration. Which component should we migrate from Aura to LWC? Which component we should keep in Aura only? Both are same almost, right? Even though it's a two different concept, but finally the result is one. Number one, when should I create an Aura component? When should I create a Lightning Web component? In interview, they will ask you this question. Tell me, if I give you to create a button, will you create a Lightning Web component or will you create a Aura component? Remember that, right? Aura and Lightning can coexist in a single environment, right? You can go ahead and write a Lightning Web component and add them to an Aura component, but you cannot go ahead and write a Aura component inside a Lightning Web component. Lightning Web component and Aura component can work together. Aura component can contain Lightning, but however, opposite doesn't apply. Lightning Web component cannot contain Aura components. Remember this very well. Hence, if your project is Lightning, you can definitely go ahead and do LWC programming. If the project is an Aura, in the Aura framework, inside that you can do an LWC framework. You can use it. But if your whole project is based on LWC framework, then you cannot use a single Aura component. First thing that you have to understand. Aura and this. Composition, you know the difference. Here, it says Aura component, whereas in LWC, we use template. Here, it's lightning colon card. There, it's lightning dash card. Right? Here, you have a right controller. There, we have ES module. We say import, export like this. That is the difference. Right? Here, we have a component event. We have a right application event. But there is no component event, no application event concept. There is a DOM event. Here, you have component event. There, it's a DOM event, right? We have declarative and programmatic. That's the difference, which I have already shown you. DOM event. Next, right? I'm just showing you how, right? What were the right things that's available? Whole LWC is ES6. ES6 module. I've been calling it out, right? ES6. Right? Whereas Aura is ES5, right? The Aura also is using a JavaScript programming. LWC is also using a JavaScript programming, but the programming are different. Why? Because Aura is ES5, whereas LWC is ES6, ES7 compatible, and hence there is a program difference. This is the differences between Aura as well as this. Let me go ahead and see the compositions. Anything else is there? No, that's it. Guys, whatever is there in the document, we have gone by the same thing, right? Next, when should you use Aura? When should you use Lightning Web Component? Remember that whenever you are having a project in Aura and you want to convert them to LWC, there is no automatic tool available to do this. Don't think that there is a tool where I can put an Aura component and it will give me an LWC component equal. No. It is a large migration effort. You have to go ahead and create these components. Salesforce clearly recommends stick with Aura component for now. As of now, Lightning Web component is not fully developed. It's a future. So please stick to your Aura component only. That means focus on your Aura model. Right? Focus on your Aura model. for time, right? For a time, right? You have to go ahead and stick to Aura model. So first preference goes to Aura, right? Be in the Aura model. If your project is already Aura, don't try to migrate to LWC as of now. That is what Salesforce is recommending, right? So next, right? Rupam, no, my company wants to migrate to LWC. In such case, you have to go to the pick a component to migrate. Before you pick a component by component you have to do, right? Component by component you have to do, right? So again, the same thing. Lightning Web Component and Aura can coexist. An Aura component can contain Lightning. A Lightning Web Component cannot contain Aura. If Aura component has right facets, then contain other Aura component, you must migrate to Aura component too. That means if you have multiple Aura component running, then always be on the Aura. Don't get into LWC, right? Migrating component bundle. Here in Aura, you have component. Here it's HTML. In Aura, you have a controller. Here it's JS, ES module. In Aura, you have a helper. There is no such concept in Lightning Web Component. Here, ES module. There we have re-renderer. Here there is no concept of re-renderer. We have only ES module. Here it's a 4. The component bundle consists of 4. There it consists of 8 in Aura. CSS. Here also you have CSS. Documentation. It's there in Aura. Currently not available. Design. Right? Design. You can use js.meta.xml as target. SVG. SVG. Not available. Comparing between an Aura file and a Lightning Web Component. Here it is. Next, right, migrate markups. Each differences is given here. For example, attribute, migrate attribute. In Aura, we say Aura attribute, but here we say, right, public @API name. That's it. We have done this all. First class itself, I started with attributes. I started with this, right? Next, iteration. We say Aura iteration. Here we say template for each for item. We have did that, right? Where I was showing you cities, Bangalore, Chennai. I can write an iteration template for each for item. Actually, I showed you both, right? Next, any type of condition. Aura if. Here, template if true. Template if true, right? Each one of them we have, right? See, Aura if here, template if true, right? Same thing what we have used, right? Yeah, right. These are whenever you say dollar resource, where dollar resource, mostly we use this. Here you cannot say dollar resource. Here it is say @Salesforce resource URL. Where on the top, import, import some image you want to import. Import X, import Y. From where? From @Salesforce resource URL / the image name. See, whenever you want to include an image or a style sheet or something, then you have to use like this, right? You have to use like this, right? You have to use like this, right? So resource file, how to use. Initializers, let us see, right? Init, whenever you want to write init, if you remember, Aura handler, name equals to init, value equals to this, action equals to this. At the time of loading, I want that some welcome message to be displayed. At the time of loading, I want table structure to be created. We use Aura handler init. Here, it is connected callback. Connected callback. I told you the hook. At the time of loading, connected callback, right? Next, right? Any facet you're using, Aura attribute, first name, right? If you're using Aura attribute first name, then here you have to use first name directly. Directly. In a template, directly you will say first name. You don't, right? You don't need to go ahead and use any values or something, right? migrates base component, right? Here, if you say lightning formatted text, some base components, almost so many components are there. Wait, that list will be there. Base component. Let me go to this one, right? Here we go. A complete list will be here. See? Here you'll be able to see what is not available in LWC. For example, I'm scrolling down. See, lightning button icon does not support icon class. Lightning button menu does not support on click. See, so if you use in Lightning, it's called button menu. In Lightning web component, it's called button dash menu, but it doesn't support this. All the comments are here, right? You can see Lightning web component not yet available. There is no such component. In LWC, this component is not there. File card, Lightning web component not yet available. See, this component is not available. Right? Flow, this component is not available. Right? So you would be able to see, whichever component is not available, it will be here. There's the whole document. Lightning layout, yes, it's available. Right? List view, see, no Lightning web component not available. Whenever you're using a list view with a dot in Lightning, this component is not available. So a complete component directory is available here. Right? What are the things which are not available? Right? You can refer to this document. Record view form, record form, right? So slider, spinner, tab, tab set, lightning tab, lightning dash tab. Here we use lightning dash tab. There it's lightning colon tab. So all these, whichever component is available, not available, you can see here. Complete list is available. Here, record data, here @wire. Record form, record dash form, recorded view form, record edit form. A complete, right, difference between both Aura component and Lightning web component is given in this document. You can refer this. Base component, Aura versus Lightning, right? Base component. Event, as I told you here, right? Events, see events, migrate event handlers, right? Events, migrate access controls. Let us see one by one, right? Here is exposed true, right? And you can give the target. That is called how to access this LWC component in a page. We use is exposed equals to true. And then we say target equals to available for record home page. Those are things. Events, right? Events. Here we create event, we dispatch event. There we use Aura register event. Here we use custom event as a DOM. There is no equivalent in Lightning web component. There is no equivalent function available. Here you fire event, event.fire. Here you say dispatch event. You use a method called as dispatch event. To handle event, there are two, declarative, programmatic. With that, in a declarative, you use an on keyword. See, on, or, right? All these things are available to you, right? What are the things we have, right? Disconnected callback, connected callback, LWC behavior, right? Re-render callback, value re-render in case if you want to refresh, right? So toast message here, you have to import a toast event, which I've already shown you, right? Navigation also, right? You have to use navigation mix in. You have to you have to import that function. All these import interfaces, right? What are the interfaces you can import? See, Lightning inbox. It's available for Lightning homepage, Lightning record page, Lightning act page, Lightning. We have been doing this all. Here you say flexi page, available for all page type, where in Aura you have a checkbox. Whenever you checkbox while creating an Aura component, immediately on the top where you have Aura component implements available for record homepage, right, has force.record ID. Here it's no such concept. Here we use this in the js.meta. API record ID, and then you can use the record ID for passing it. API makes a variable public, right? Same thing, right? Has all these things. Page reference, if you remember, wire, right? Page reference you can include, or navigation mix, mix in, you can use it. CSS, same. How to migrate CSS? Here, this dot red. There is no this dot. Only red. Red. Dot blue. There it's this dot. This dot. Here there is no this concept. You can see. Here there's a direct concept. How can you? So this dot button color, right? If you want to migrate, then you have to say button color, right? That's it, right? How to write? All these are given. Migrate JavaScript. Next, how to migrate a JavaScript, right? As usual, you cannot directly migrate it. See, JavaScript is mostly in Lightning Web Component is much higher than what you have written in your Aura. So they are ES5, they are ES6 or ES7, right? So there is no direct migrations technology, right? There is no direct migration technology, right? So you have to, right, put the code in ES6 module, right? To share your JavaScript code between Lightning Web Component and Aura Component, put the code in ES6 module, right? Here is the documentation given, how to convert, and Lightning, right? So create a component service library using a Lightning, right? So here's the step to share ES module, right? How can I have written a program in Aura in controller. I want to create a equivalent ES module script, right? Equivalent ES module for LWC. So in that case, here it is, right? System will go ahead and it will start. Even though it says not line by line, we have seen you have to go ahead and you have to use line by line only, right? You have to go ahead and you have to declare like this, right? So HTML, JS, JS.meta, and you also have an X, right? JS.meta. Like this, you have to import, right? How to write, how LWC compiler resolves component entry point. So if the name already exists, right, then the system will create an entry point, neither the file found. For example, you have both two JS files, which one it will take? Then you have to use this function import name of the function that you're writing from the JS file. Like this, you have to import something from, see, utility.utility.js. You can write separate JS file, JavaScript, and you can import like this, right? Creating a web component, right? Right, where we were in the migration. So you have to go all these, whatever I'm showing you right now, right? What is the difference between base components and everything, right? A complete difference document. These are mostly on documentation. It's not on programming. It's mostly on theoretical, how the import has to be done, right? I will definitely recommend you to please read this documentation. I might not be able to go line by line, but I will definitely right recommend everyone to please, right, to create a lightning or web component. We have gone by all these things: lifecycle hook, component accessibility, JavaScript, field, composition, CS, ESS template, right? How to work with the event, how to work with the data, right? So I will definitely recommend you to go ahead with this migration strategy before you go for the interview. And then, right, debug. There is nothing much in debug. Enable debug tool. It's all theory. There is nothing. Enable debug tool is nothing but go to your setup, enter the debug mode, enter the debug user, enable it. What are the debug tools we use? Nothing. See, indeed, there is no debug tool available. We use Chrome Dev tool. What is that Chrome Dev tool? Right? Open a Chrome Dev tool in Windows or Linux, plus Control Shift I. Nothing but right click, inspect. That is Control Shift I. That is Control Shift I. Right click, inspect. It is Control Shift I. You can press it, you can see it. Immediately system will open the inspect only. Here, right, you go ahead and you click on console, and whenever you want to write something, you have to write console.log, console.log, and here you'll be able to see. Whenever you say console.log, it will appear here. That is the only debug tool available. Debug tool. That's it. Right? Debug tool. Right? Okay, I'm already in the debug tool. Debug tool. You don't have any separate tool, guys. No separate tool is available. Only debug tool. Right? In Chrome debug tool. To learn more on Chrome debug tool, right click and open. There is no debugging option available. See, Chrome debug tool. What is an overview? How to open a Chrome debug tool? Go ahead, read. Nothing but same thing. Right click, click on inspect. Step they are giving. The same thing what I showed you. Right, inspect will come. Now, how to see inspect one by one? Open the dev tools. All Chrome based. It's not a Salesforce based tools. They are Chrome based. Nothing but web browser based. To learn more about Java debugging on Chrome, refer to Chrome DevTool, not Salesforce. You may also install, there's one more software called as Salesforce Lightning Inspector. Right? See, the inspector has a limited support in Lightning Web Component. They don't work in Lightning Web Component. You can install one small plugin called as Salesforce Lightning Inspector. So you can use in the interview. I have used Salesforce Lightning Inspector. Same as your debug tool. Whatever you see Chrome debug tool, same thing. It's an extension in the Chrome available. You can go ahead and you can see Salesforce Inspector. You can install this. Already in my system, it's installed. Remove from the Chrome. So if you click on it, you can say add to Chrome. Nothing. Whenever you right click on it, inspect, the same thing will open, but in a right add extension. See, I'm adding it like this. Wait, it will get added. Right. Salesforce Inspector has been added to your Chrome, where you'll be able to see here. Here we go. Salesforce Inspector, Lightning Inspector. When you click on it, right, visual force not detected. Only when you have a Lightning Aura component, then only it will work. Right? See, visual force not detected. Right? Here it is. Salesforce Dev Tool. You can go ahead, right? Layouts, other field, right? Development tool. Right? These are not much of help, guys. These are not much of help. Right? But if you want to install, you can install it. And then you can use that tool. But that tool will work only in a Lightning. It works only in Aura. The inspector has limited support in Lightning Web Components. See? You can use it, but that's completely waste. How to debug a mobile component, right? There is no particular tool available. You have a simulator available. See, simulator. And that's to, again, Chrome DevTool on the Chrome DevTool website. It's a mobile simulator. It's not Salesforce simulator. It's a complete mobile simulator for all application. Anybody who has built something on the mobile and they want to check how it looks, they can use this screen size, device orientation. If somebody turn the device on off, location change, right? How much CPU processing time it's taking, what is the constraint, how much memory it's right, wireless network constraint. So all these things you can test, which is actually no use for us. Screen size, how if I create a Lightning Web component, how will it looks in a mobile? That's it. These are only simulations you can see. Simulator. It is not a right. It's something like simulator. How will it look in my mobile phone if I access this page in a mobile? No use actually, to be open and frank. And you can see that these are the only debugs available, which is absolutely no use. That's the reason I didn't even come to this topic, because currently there is nothing in this topic. It's all Chrome tools and everything, right? Please read these documents and go, right? If you want more on simulator, you can go ahead. See Apple simulator, Apple device dev tool. So they are not Salesforce, right? They are Apple simulator. How my page will look in Apple phones if I want to see in iPhones, then you can use the simulator, right? They are only will give you look, feel. That's it. You cannot go ahead and do a development there. You cannot go ahead and drag and drop anything there. You cannot go ahead and make a change there. You can just see how it looks. That's it. Then you have to come and you have to adjust with CSS. Development has to be done here. So in real time, these are not much in use. Testing web component, it is about just do not follow this website, right? Node.js and pit how to install. If you follow this, it will not work, right? How to run a just, right? How to run a just, you have to go npm run test unit, same thing that I gave you. How to run a test, how to write a just, I have already given you. The same program that is being used here, create a folder called underscore test underscore, right? Inside that folder, you have to use a naming convention, right? You have to write a proper naming convention, right? So how to write a just for a wire, all these things we have, right? It is there in the documentation. End-to-end test, right? How can I go ahead? How can I use a Selenium WebDriver for testing? Again, it's a Selenium class. You can go ahead, right? So this will show you, right, using a third party Selenium. Those who knows automated testing called Selenium, they can also go ahead and include those Selenium. See, they can use element.shadow root, right? They can use include in a shadow root. They can include just test pattern. Just is, by the way, no company is using it as of now. No company is using it. It is just a beta version. Currently, just is a beta version. It is used as a beta. Beta means testing. So how to install, how to run, that all follow my slide, right? Don't follow here. If you follow here, you will be lost and you'll not be able to execute it, and it will not execute the way it's showing. That is the reason I created that file for you, and I told you it will be shared with you. Just file. Follow that just. Once you follow my file, then come and look here and there, you'll be able to understand. Otherwise, no. Right? References, right? A quick references. Somebody wants a barcode scanner. These are extra things. Here is the barcode API, right? In your shop, you see infrared barcode scanner. If you want to connect a barcode scanner, it's available here. Location services, somebody wants to use location services, geolocation, turn your location services on. Then in Salesforce, it's available, location services. There is a function available called as get location services. You have to include it, import, get location services from, see? Use this factory function. It's already there. So anybody wants to use location services, it's available here. Barcode available here, right? Anybody wants to get a analytics, wave analytics, which we don't use, then you can get here. Already the hooks we have discussed, constructor, connected callback, decorators, we have seen at the rate API, track, right? Decorators, right? Whenever a value changes, right? Any change in the value, we use at the rate track, wire, whenever, right? Right? Whenever you want to go ahead and, right, read a Salesforce data, we use wire. API, whenever you want to make it variable public, we use. So quick references are available here, right? HTML directives, right? For each, for item, how to write aura if true, aura iterator, here template iterator, all these are available here. XML configuration files, right? Lightning community, available for this page, available for that page, all these things you can use. Community page, Lightning, available for record page, available for this page, available for that page, home page, record page, app page. These are called XML configuration. Target, where you want to target. Target and that. So mostly I have covered 90% of your documentation which LWC is providing. If you review the class and then you go and see this document, you will see that our class has completed 90% of all the documentation that Salesforce is providing. On the programming concept, on this migration and everything, right, or the remaining concepts, whatever I was showing you, dev tools, simulators, right, these I have not covered in the class because there is nothing in there to cover. And in real time, we don't use those simulators and everything. It's available for your handy visibility, mobile ela kanpadtadani, but in real time, believe me, we don't use all these things. We most focus on programming. I will definitely recommend you to please focus on the programming piece, and any doubts you have, first come and check with this documentation here, to this documentation, right? Along with it, you will also get code book, right, where, right, 30 plus programming are there, including screenshot, how the programming will look, including screenshot, right? I have given a complete end-to-end programming so that any person who doesn't know LWC also can use that code book to go ahead and, right, to go ahead and do the programming. I'm just showing you the code book. How does the code book look? You will not be able to download the code book. Remember this LWC code book. This document will be shared with you. Let me open and show you. Here we go. If you don't get this document by Monday, please contact Capital Info and tell them to dump the code book. Here, basic how to use for each loop, right? All these with screenshot, and all these are my program, guys. How to use an array, how to use an, right, how the output will look. This is the way the output will look. Write a program on sum of n even number, n odd numbers, some basic program which I have not shown in the class, right? I have just shown you a greater program. So additional programs will be here, right? 30 plus programs are there, right? Check it out, including CSS colors, how the output will look like this. You click a button and immediately result will be shown like this in the bottom page. Greater of 3 number, which we did in the class. So lot of programming will be there. Classwork plus additional works will be available in this programming file, right? Please do not share this one, right? You cannot, by the way, download this document, but, right? So these documents will be available to you so that you can work effectively. Code book. You will also have interview questions, right? Here we go. You will have, right, all the LWC interview questions. So before you go to the interview, please refer to this interview questions, right? So all these question answers are been declared to you. What is Aura component? What is Lightning component? When should you create a, how to create an Aura component? What is track? What is API? What is wire, right? Everything. What is web stack? What is rendering? What is event? What is ES module, right? So all this, what is a decorator? What is a template? What is a slot? What is a, scratch org, right? What is ES module in Lightning? How do you render an HTML document in Lightning, right? What are the decorators available? A complete interview questions, scenario based, right? Things which you have not heard. Can we display multiple templates, right? How can we set a property, right? So scenario based questions also have given. Can we have, right, paginations in LWC? If yes, how? So like this, I have given a lot of questions. You can see about 150 questions you have. right? Here 100. 100 plus their 40. 140 questions, 40 solved, remaining 100 are like this, right? So please review these interview questions before you go. All the answers of your interview questions, if you're not able to find it, it'll be available in this course material, guys. It'll be available in this course material. Here is the course material which you should be getting. So you should be getting total 3 books. I'm not sure whether you got this or not. Please refer to the course material. What is all the slides that has been discussing? What is LWC advantage, right? Advantages of LWC, difference between an LWC and Aura, right? All these are there. What are the features supported? What are the, right? What are the unsupported features? What you cannot do with LWC, right? How to choose between a Lightning Web Component Aura, see? All these answers. How to go ahead and create an environment setup, right? What is the LWC component structure, bundle? So you can see, right? So please refer to these documents. These documents will give you a lot of information. What is LWC decorators, how to use it, how to write it. So a complete documentation will be available to you, right? How the LDS data service work, what is the flow of the data service. So more information you can get it from this document, right? So these documents will be shared to you. Now coming to your, these are the 3 documents you'll get. Interview questions, code book, course material, soft copy. Next, coming to your interview questions, interview topics. What you have to prepare. Number 1, decorators. Decorators. @wire, @API, @track. These 3. First thing. Number 2, LWC versus Aura. What is the difference? When should you use? Number 3, LWC event, right? DEC, declarative and programmatic. Declarative and programmatic. Event. Number 4, right? Imperations. How do you call impression methods? What are the different impression methods? Create record, update record, delete record, if you remember. Imperations, LWC imperations, 100%. In an interview, they'll ask you, LWC imperations. Next, right? Next, right? Next, IMPORTS, imports, toast, maxn, max, n, then, right? Toast message, maxn, navigation, that is nothing but navigation, maxn, NAV. Right? Then, right? Import objects, fields. We import fields also. How do you import? From where? @Salesforce, right? Apex classes, Apex classes, right? 06, right? 06. Interfaces, nothing but, right? Meta.xml. In other words, what is the role of that? JS.meta.xml. js-meta.xml. JS, it's js-meta.xml. What is the important of that? Why do you use it? Right? How do you use this interface? 07, right? LWC, right? LWC components, right? Lightning dash card, all dashes they might use. Can you tell me some lightning components that you have used? Lightning card, lightning button, right? Lightning layout item with all dash dash dash. Can you tell me one component which is not supported in LWC? Right? Lightning quip, lightning file card. So go to that documentation, check which are not supported. 08, 08, right? Hooks, LWC hooks, 09, LWC, LDS, programming as well as record based. You need to use this, right? 10, LWC migration, right? What is your migration strategy? How will you migrate? LWC migration, right? LWC migration, you to use, right? Last, LWC CSS and templates. That is nothing but your for each or loop iteration. If you prepare for these 11 topics, if you focus on these areas, you'll be able to answer. You will be able to answer 85 or 80% and greater interview questions. You'll be able to answer. Remember that in real time, nobody knows about LWC. So if the interview goes on LWC, right, 90% nobody knows LWC in all the big companies, including Accenture, TCS, Infosys. Whoever will be taking interview, I can give you that assurance that he will not, he knows only basic things. So you can go ahead and you can utilize this, right? So that's it for LWC. If any new concept comes, we will be updating your recordings. You might see a new recording coming up. If any new concept come, and I include this in the next batch, for the next 1 year, you will get a new recording in your drive. For example, the just execution, you'll get one recording. One recording will be available to you, a just execution. Just, the recording will be available, where you can see that I've written a just program and I was executing. My program only, don't worry. Everything is mine. So you will get that. Unfortunate is that I'm not able to execute the just. That's the only piece which I'm not able to execute in my system, right? Otherwise, even I'd have shown you end to end. It's quite simple, right? So that's it from my end, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask. Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any questions?
Sir, what about the velocity classes?
Velocity classes, guys, right? The problem here is that there are no much takers. Hardly there'll be 10, 12 students velocity. And for that 10, 12, and moreover, velocity require license. For you to practice velocity, you need to have a license. And the license itself is costing $150 per month. Tell me who will bear that license. $150 per month you have to pay to Salesforce. My velocity classes will be 2 months class. That means $300. 300 means 21,000 or approximately 25,000 will go for license. Institute will charge another 15,000, 10 to 15,000. So it became 25 plus 10, 35. Tell me, who is willing to pay 35,000 in this class? 35, 40,000. Who is willing to pay? How should I teach? You tell me. I will teach. You will not practice. Is that okay? You cannot practice. There is no environment for you.
No.
Then how will you practice? There is no free platform the way you have Salesforce development platform where you can open a full feature lightning development platform for free. In Velocity, in CPQ, in Einstein, in Heroku, in Alacoa, right? You don't have free platforms. It is a paid platform. That is the reason if you go to any CPQ class, the course fee will be 40,000, 60,000. Go and check it out. Separate advanced classes if you want. And that's genuine. You might be thinking, antenduku charge chestunaru. They have to, because the license itself is 30,000 the license. With taxes, it will come to 30,000. 2 months course kosam, మీరు third month practice చేయలేరు. That means only for 2 months we'll give you. And for that 2 months, we have to pay. Third month, if you want to continue, then you have to pay $150 plus taxes. It will come to 160, 162 or something, right? It's a US based taxation system. So again, there's a 10%, $16, 150 plus 15, $165 will come. $165, you have to keep on paying till the time you want to practice. Tell me, who will pay that amount? So we have a lot of constraint. Starting a course is not a big deal for me. I work in Velocity. I've been, willing to start a Velocity batch. The only thing is fee constraint, right? We cannot teach you in 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. We cannot put money from our pocket and fund you or sponsor you. We cannot do that. So that is the whole drawback why we are not starting Velocity batches, or why I'm not starting a Velocity batches. Otherwise, I'm fully ready to start a Velocity batch on every weekend, 2 hours class for 3 months. Complete in-depth Velocity I'll teach you. People are teaching Velocity just not even 20%, and they're charging 60,000, 50,000. Not even 20%. They don't know anything about data raptors and everything. They just know UI based. They don't get into the data raptors, how to use the data raptors and other. They don't. So many things are there in Velocity. They don't know, and they keep on teaching Velocity, and right, or they take a limited license where they cannot perform a lot of development. And you guys don't know. You guys will feel that, oh, he's teaching so much good. But we know who is teaching what. Got it? Why Velocity cannot be started? That is the reason why Velocity cannot be started. Any other questions? Any other questions?
Sir, currently in my company, they are working on communicator builder on LWC, sir. Do we have any code sample for that, sir?
I can find, but I can't give you assurance, right?
Yeah, 100% is communicator builder, and then backend coding they are writing the triggers, colon true, colon false, like that. Some additional coding I am seeing there, so I'm feeling somewhat tough to understand.
Communication builder, right? I don't see. They might be writing a custom component, but here you can see whatever is here, it's here, right?
Okay.
So whatever is there, the Salesforce is supporting, those are only available here. Getting it?
Okay, sir. Builder components, I mean, in setup, all sites we will see, right, sir? Builder. So from there only we are opening it actually.
From where you're opening it? I didn't got
Yeah,
it.
from setup option, if we search all sites, we can see some of the builders. Correct, sir?
Yes, we can, and that is only available not for us, right? It is available for registered organizations.
Okay. So from there only, I mean, we already components are created, just drag and drop and
There,
customize accordingly. But inside some logics and all they're writing, sir. I wanted to
that
understand.
that you have to open with, right, Visual Studio Code. See, with the
Yes, yes,
Lightning App
correct.
Builder, they're using it. They're going to App Builder. They're creating a flexi page. They're dragging and dropping the components the way we have been doing. So that's all can be done, right? So, but the
Yes, sir.
component creation is done with. So you need to go ahead and connect to that project. So tell them where
Correct.
is the project, where is the project. They will give you the project file. It will be either in a GitHub, right? You can go and connect to the GitLab, download the file, come here, and the same thing. You'll be able to see component name the way we are able to see it. There's no difference in that. Getting it? So Visual
Yes,
Studio Code, tell them where is the project, and you can go ahead and you can see what is the logic, what is behind, what they have imported, and everything you can see.
so going forward, I mean, we are not going to connect like this, sir. If any doubts, how we can reach out
Email,
to
only
you?
email, only email,
Okay,
only
sir.
through email. That's the only option you have, right?
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody has any other questions? So that's it, guys. Right? If you have any questions, anything, you can please reach me out with your on the email address. Right? I might be a little delayed, but mostly I'll be available for any help. I'm always a person who tries to help everyone, right? How much it's possible from my end. But as you know, my schedule, right? Monday to Friday, how my life runs, you have seen from morning to office, then my doctorate, PhDs during the weekend, right? So I'm fully packed, but still, right? I'll take out my time, I check emails, right? Little delay, but I'll respond. So it was really nice, right? And apologies for the inconveniences in case some classes would have cancelled right in between the last. I almost try not to cancel any classes, but in case, right, if you felt bad, then personal apologies from my side. So thank you guys. Best of luck for your career, right? Keep rocking. As a trainer, I definitely wish that you should earn more than me, right? If you get a job, do let me know, right? With an email, right? That's where you can communicate with me, right? Share your experiences on an interview or anything, right? I'll be more happy to see that you got a job.
Thank you, sir.
So, welcome everyone. Anytime if you want to meet me, you can come to the institute. I'm always there till 11:30 in Capital Info Solution, right? As you are aware, 11:30 my class gets finished, so you can come at 11:30. And if you want to meet me, talk to me, or you have any doubts, you want to personally clarify, you can come to the institute. No issues at all, right? So thank you guys. Best of luck once again. Bye bye. I'm signing off. Take care. Good day.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Bye.